Let's have a look at these. Those are not even all the places I visited during my time of being cabin crew. Since I'm cabin crew. Let's have a look. Madrid, Indonesia, Amsterdam, China, Olympia, Kenya, Santorini, Sri Lanka, Munich, Maldives, Venice, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Thailand, Rome, London, Greece, Italy, Canada, Milan, Beijing, Switzerland, Shanghai, Nigeria, Belgium, Nagoya in Japan, Casablanca in Morocco, Scotland, South Africa, Milan, Singapore, Moscow, Nepal, Korea, Kenya, Beijing, Amsterdam, Rome, Paris, Maldives, Johannesburg, Sydney, Moscow, Japan again, Paris, New York, Kuala Lumpur, Melbourne, Dublin, New York, Canada. So many places. And those are not even all the places I've been to, as I told you, because not everywhere I got my magnet. But that looks so cool, doesn't it? But if you want to know if being a cabin crew is a life full of bliss and a life full of bliss only, please keep on watching. Hello, darlings. Today on my channel it's another cabin crew life related video, because recently I've been so busy with my private life, with planning my wedding, with the videos about that subject are coming up soon as well. I didn't really have time vlogging recently because I was really tired and I was resting on the layovers rather than going out, because recently I haven't been to any places I've never been before, so that is why. Before I start this video, first of all I want to really thank you so much for such a positive response about my last video. It was amazing. I got so many nice and warm words from you about our engagement and lots of good wishes, so thank you very much. I appreciate each and every single comment. But today the subject is a bit different. It's, as you know from the title, Do Flight Attendants Cry?, which is about cons of being flight attendant. I think everybody thinks it's a really easy job, and people have a very big misconception about it, because I think they base their opinion on what they see on TV or on low-cost airlines or domestic airlines. That's maybe the easy job there. But because you do minimum to none service, and those airports usually have curfew, whereas in Middle East, like Dubai airport or Abu Dhabi airports, those are huge airports. Those are like transiting airports, which means 24 hours operations, which means flying in all possible different time zones and non-stop operations. So that obviously means that you are exposed to work in all the possible timing. That means getting up at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever that is, starting your duty when everyone else is going to sleep. Previously I also mentioned minimum to none service. Middle Eastern airlines are known as the best in the world. EMIRATES, ETIHAD, QATAR, those are airlines that really provides top kind of service and top services, which means that we also work a lot because there are lots of services, which means you have to go many times in the cabin with the cart, serve lots of people, and we also fly. For example, me in particular, I'm trained for Airbus 380, which means it's a double-decker that Airbus can accommodate approximately 500 people. So imagine, that's a lot of people to serve. It's not like those small planes in Europe that are flying short distances, which are usually Airbus 320, that it's like a really small amount of people, but we work loads. This is a really serious, hard job. Not even mentioning that it's a very physical job, because you have to prepare the service, you have to lift all the containers, put them back in a place, take them out. There's another row of containers behind. There's lots of physical labor, which means lifting heavy stuff. So it's not like, in opposite to what some girls aiming for this job might think, that you look cute, you look glamorous, you're in your uniform, smiling, greeting guests, that's it. No, no. Prepare yourself to work really, really, really hard, physically, being tired and all that. So, do flight attendants cry? They do. And that's so many more reasons than hard work. It's not like, but by saying do they cry, I mean talking about the cons of the job. Every job in the world has cons. You have to acknowledge that in your brain. There is no perfect job, and you have to check what works well for you. So I can speak about it because I've been working there almost 4 years. I know people who quit fairly soon after 1 year, but I've seen enough to have an opinion about a good and a bad, and to tell you honestly about it. So what is the first reason that makes people really, really wanting to cry? Not really a physical job, no. It's fatigue. Fatigue is an accumulated tiredness when your body works in a broken sleep pattern, broken routine for a longer period of time, and although you have legally enough time in between flights to rest, your body cannot cope, because that requires from your body to adjust very fast. And if that lasts for a long period of time, you become fatigued, you become tired, your alertness goes down. So many things. You have to keep in mind that with that job, 24-hour operations and flying ultra long haul flights to US, to Australia, that means that you are working, for example, you are awake all day, then you work all night and more, and you are landing in a country where the day starts again. So your body is so thrown off, doesn't know what the time is, where you are, which time zone, which time, you don't know what your name is, basically. You don't sometimes. So that is constant tiredness, fatigue, to the point that you are extremely tired, but you can't sleep. So that's the reason, that's one reason. Another reason is falling sick, lots of sicknesses. Like when you are doing this job for quite some time, your body can't cope anymore. You become sick because your immune system is affected by a broken sleep pattern, but by not regular eating, by being exposed to lots of viruses, because you are meeting all those people all the time from like different corners of the world, and you are exposed to all of that. So you become sick quite more often than you normally would. Doing lots of ultra long haul flight is very hard on the body. You feel mentally drained, you feel physically tired, you are sleep deprived. Sleep deprivation is a really big thing. Like honestly, I can tell you, you don't know what it means to be tired unless you become an international cabin crew. Another thing, which is a con to that job, it's like your social life suffer, because usually we are friends with another crew because of the working schedule. Normal people have a Monday to Friday job. We are not, like we can have weekend any given day of the week and then flying in the weekend. So sometimes it's difficult to catch up with people. I'm not saying this is worse schedule than Monday to Friday, because I prefer that. But to some people it can be hard to keep up. For example, if they have husbands or boyfriend who work normal hours, it can be difficult to accommodate your days off around your family schedule or your friends. So that is also difficult. Your social life definitely is affected by that job. Another thing would be, for example, such a lack of healthy routine, which I mean sleep, food, preparing your own food at home, because we are most of the time eating in the hotels room service, in the restaurant outside in the city. It is amazing, it is good, you are eating really good, nice food. But for example, I'm allergic to gluten, so most of the time I suffer because there can be a little bit gluten here and there, and it's not always possible to prepare my own meal, and that reflects on my health as well. Of course, like, every time you cook for yourself, it's more healthy rather than all the time eating out, no matter how tasty that is. So that reflects in your body as well, to be honest. Some crew gain weight, some crew struggle with cellulite, some crew struggle with any other side effects of metabolism that slows down. Another thing that is not really talked about, and that's a con to that job, is being exposed to radiation all the time. We are flying very up high, we are flying over the North Pole, we are flying long hours. This exposes your body to radiation. I'm not sure if enough research has been done to make you aware what effects it can have on your body, but for sure it doesn't leave you without any side effects, I believe. Over the years maybe we'll know, but I don't know now. Another thing is like deregulated hormones. Some girls suffer from irregular period or thyroid problems, that it's connected to being constantly tired, sleep deprived, not eating in a right routine at the same time. So that all is connected, and that's a huge, that's very strenuous on your body, and that's a huge weight that you have to accept to carry on your shoulder when you decide to do that job. Another thing that many girls are not aware of, it's loneliness. Of course, when you get there, in the beginning you are wow, you have all those new friends, all those girlfriends around you, lots of new people, you go out, you can party, you travel here, you travel there, you meet lots of foreigners, crew. It's amazing, it's like such a experience which is perfect. But over the time you become tired, and what you want is more stability in your life. And you are becoming lonely because, yeah, it's nice to go out and party, but you get bored of it, and you don't have a family that you can go to when you have a day off because you live abroad alone. You don't have your closest circle of friends that you had back home. Your friends that are now your family are all the time flying. With my best friends, we see each other 2 to 3 times a month if we are lucky, because whenever I'm off, she's flying. When she's flying, I'm off, and it's always like that. So sometimes it becomes really lonely. You can't even see your family, you can't see your friends very often, you can't see your boyfriend, and you are always somewhere else. Sometimes even talking over the phone is difficult due to time difference when you travel. Another thing that it's not for everyone, and I mentioned that in couple of my previous videos, you can go back and watch, like for example, what have I learned being flight attendant. And another thing that can make people cry, and I've seen girls crying because of that, is dealing with people. This customer service, it's a very ungrateful profession, or whatever customer service you are dealing with. Work with people is very difficult thing if you don't have skills to it. I can deal with people very well, and it takes really a lot to make me lose my cool, my patience, my vibe. It's very hard to make me thrown off and get nervous at people at work, because luckily for me, I'm very skillful to deal with people who are nervous, frustrated, tired, stressed. I can de-escalate that, but not everybody can. And sometimes people take this very, very personally, and they let themselves being caught up with discussion unnecessary, which causes you unnecessary stress. And I think that comes with experience, and that also comes with age, that you learn how to do that properly. if you don't have that skill and that ability, prepare yourself that you will be suffering in that job a lot, because that job requires you to deal with people on a daily basis every day, and that is with a lot of people. I think that's about it for now. I thought that you deserve to know how it looks from backstage, from the other side, because it's not only a bed of roses, it's not a walk in the park. This job is really hard and demanding, but as we all know, working in Middle Eastern Airlines gives you lots of benefits, which I mentioned in one of my videos as well, which I will link at the end of this video so you can have a look. It's great salary, it's tax-free salary, accommodation is paid, you can travel the world for free, you can visit all those amazing places, you have so many benefits that you would never normally have. So if you are willing to accept the cons that goes with job, which I say again are very difficult, then you can enjoy the benefits of it. It's always a joint thing. It's never perfect. That's why you should do whatever serves you and for as long as it serves you best. I hope that you find this video helpful and that that gave you a closer overview of what that job is. If you have any questions, or if there's anything that I haven't mentioned which I probably maybe forgot, please let me know down in the comments. Ask me questions, I will try to respond to them. I read each and every of your comments, and I received recently so many good messages that so many girls were inspired, especially nowadays ETIHAD and EMIRATES recruit people, and I got so many messages. I personally even met people who are new joiners, and they told me that they were inspired by my videos and it helped them a lot when they were in the process of joining. So that's like a perfect thing for me to say. I'm glad I could help. So if you want to know more, please let me know and I'll talk to you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.